What if I told you that the toilet in your bathroom is actually one of the cleanest places in your entire house? Yeah, read that again. Because right now in your kitchen, there's an object you touch every single day that has more bacteria on it than a public toilet seat. And most people have no idea. By the end of this video, you're going to look at your kitchen completely differently. So don't touch anything yet. Stay right here. Problem. We've all been trained to think the bathroom is the dirty room. That's why we scrub the toilet every week. Spray it with bleach, wipe down the sink, maybe even light a candle in there to feel extra clean. But here's the twist nobody talks about. Toilets get cleaned constantly, almost obsessively. We're scared of them, so we disinfect them all the time. Meanwhile, there's a spot in your kitchen that almost never gets properly cleaned. And it sits there quietly, day after day, collecting something far worse than what's in your toilet bowl. And the scary part? You probably touched it in the last hour. But wait, before I tell you what it is, I need you to understand why this happens. Because once you understand the why, you'll never make this mistake again. Curiosity, build up. Here's the thing about bacteria. It doesn't need much to survive. It just needs three things: moisture, warmth, and food particles. Now think about your bathroom for a second. The toilet gets flushed, the water washes everything away. It dries out, there's no food source sitting inside it. But now think about a spot that stays damp all day long. A spot that's warm. A spot that's constantly touching leftover food, raw meat juice, and crumbs, and never fully dries out. That combination, it's basically a 5-star hotel for bacteria. And I promise you, once I tell you what this object is, you're going to want to run to your kitchen right now. But hold on, don't go yet. Because knowing what it is isn't even the scary part. The scary part is what happens when you use it wrong every single day without realizing it. So let's get into it. Main secret, method. Step 1, the reveal. Ready? It's your kitchen sponge, that little yellow and green sponge sitting by your sink right now. Studies on household bacteria have found that kitchen sponges can carry more germs per square inch than almost anything else in the average home, including the toilet seat, the toilet handle, and even the bathroom floor. Big brands don't advertise this because who wants to admit that the tool you use to clean your dishes is actually one of the dirtiest objects you own? But here's where it gets worse. Step 2, why it's so bad. Nobody tells you this, but every time you wipe down your counter after cutting raw chicken or you scrub a plate with leftover sauce, tiny bits of food get trapped deep inside the sponge's holes. Then you set it down, wet, in a warm kitchen, and you basically create the perfect breeding ground. Bacteria doesn't just sit there either, it multiplies. Fast. Within hours, a used sponge can double its bacteria population. By the next day, it can be swarming with more organisms than you'd find crawling around a toilet bowl. And here's the part that really gets people. Most people rinse their sponge with water after using it and think that's enough. It's not. Water alone does almost nothing. It might rinse away visible crumbs, but the bacteria hiding in those tiny pores, they're still there, multiplying. But wait, there's something even better I need to show you, because this is where most people make the biggest mistake of all. Step 3, the mistake that makes everything worse. Here's what almost everyone does wrong. They use the same sponge for everything: dishes, counters, the stove, sometimes even the sink itself. Every time you do this, you're not cleaning surfaces. You're spreading bacteria from one place to another. You're literally taking germs from your cutting board and smearing them across your countertop, your faucet handle, your coffee mug. It's like using a toilet brush to clean your kitchen table. Nobody would ever do that on purpose, but that's basically what's happening every single day without you even realizing it. Crazy, right? But don't worry. I'm about to show you the trick that fixes this completely, and it takes less than 5 minutes. Step 4. The fix. This old trick still works. Here's the good news. You don't need to throw away your sponge every single day, and you don't need expensive antibacterial sprays either. There's a method that's been around for decades, and it still works better than almost anything on the market. The microwave trick. Take your damp sponge, it has to be wet, not dry, and put it in the microwave for exactly 1 to 2 minutes. That's it. The heat from the microwave creates steam inside the sponge, and that steam reaches temperatures high enough to kill the vast majority of bacteria hiding inside it. Studies on this method have shown it can eliminate a huge percentage of the microorganisms living in a sponge just from a couple of minutes of heat. But here's the catch, and this is important. Your sponge has to be soaking wet before you do this. If you microwave a dry sponge, you're not disinfecting it. You're creating a fire hazard. So always make sure it's fully saturated with water first. Do this every single day, and you're already doing more than 90% of people who own a kitchen. But wait, there's something even more powerful than this. And it's something almost nobody does. Step 5, the deeper secret. Before you throw this away thinking your sponge is done for, know this. Sponges have a lifespan. Even with daily disinfecting, you should be replacing your kitchen sponge every 1 to 2 weeks, not months, weeks. Why? Because over time, the material itself breaks down. Tiny cracks and pores form deep inside it, places even boiling water and microwaves can't fully reach. It becomes a permanent hiding spot for bacteria that keeps rebuilding itself no matter how much you clean it. Most people use the same sponge for a month, sometimes 2, and every single day, they're spreading a little more bacteria across every surface in their kitchen. So here's your new rule. Disinfect daily, replace weekly. Write that down. Seriously. Extra secret bonus. Now, here's something extra. And this one might shock you even more than the sponge did. Nobody tells you this, but the sponge isn't alone. There's a second spot in most kitchens that's almost as bad, and it's something you touch constantly without thinking twice. Your kitchen sink drain. Think about everything that goes down there. Food scraps, grease, raw meat residue, dish soap that doesn't fully rinse everything away. All of that sits inside the drain, in the dark, in the moisture, building up layer after layer. Big cleaning brands sell you drain cleaners for clogs, but almost nobody talks about disinfecting the drain itself for bacteria. Here's the trick. Once a week, boil a pot of water, mix in a few tablespoons of baking soda, and pour it slowly down the drain. Let it sit for about 10 minutes. Then follow it with a cup of white vinegar. You'll hear it fizz. That's the reaction breaking down grime and killing bacteria at the same time. Rinse with hot water afterward. And just like that, you've disinfected one of the most overlooked spots in your entire home. Combine this with your sponge routine and your kitchen suddenly becomes cleaner than most bathrooms in America. But we're not done yet, because now I need to tell you about the mistakes that undo all of this, even if you do everything right so far. Biggest mistakes. Most people do this wrong, and it ruins everything they just learned. Mistake number 1, leaving the sponge sitting in a puddle of water. If your sponge sits in a wet dish next to the sink, it never fully dries between uses. That constant moisture is exactly what bacteria needs to thrive. Instead, squeeze it out completely and store it somewhere it can air out. Even a small stand that lifts it off the counter makes a massive difference. Mistake number 2, using one sponge for absolutely everything. Raw meat, dishes, counters, stove, all with the same sponge. This is the fastest way to cross-contaminate your entire kitchen. The fix is simple. Keep a separate sponge or cloth just for raw meat surfaces and a different one for dishes and counters. Mistake number 3, thinking it looks clean means it is clean. This is the trap almost everyone falls into. Bacteria is invisible. A sponge can look perfectly fine, no stains, no smell, and still be crawling with more germs than your toilet handle. You can't judge cleanliness with your eyes. You have to follow a routine, not a feeling. Mistake number 4, forgetting the little details around the sink, the faucet handle, the soap dispenser, the edge of the counter where the sponge usually sits. These spots get touched constantly with wet, bacteria-covered hands, but almost never get wiped down on their own. Add them to your regular wipe down, not just the big, visible surfaces. Fix these 4 mistakes, and you're not just cleaning your kitchen anymore. You're actually protecting your family from the stuff that makes people sick without them ever knowing why. Final result: benefit. Here's why this changes everything. Once you start microwaving your sponge daily, replacing it weekly, disinfecting your drain, and separating your cleaning tools by task, you're not just making your kitchen look clean, you're actually eliminating the invisible threat that's been sitting there the entire time. Think about it. Every meal you prepare, every counter your kids lean on, every plate your family eats from, all of it touches that sponge, that sink, that counter. And now, instead of secretly spreading bacteria around your home every single day, you're stopping it before it even starts. This is one of those tricks that takes almost no time, costs basically nothing, and yet most people will go their entire life never knowing it. You just moved into the small percentage of people who actually understand what's happening in their own kitchen. And honestly, once you know this, you can't unknow it. You're going to look at that sponge sitting by your sink completely differently from now on. Call to action. If this opened your eyes even a little bit, hit that subscribe button, because tomorrow's video is about something hiding in your bedroom that's honestly even worse than this. You won't believe what happens when I show you where dust mites actually live. And it's not your mattress. See you in the next one.